we have our new game of the year. What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to another episode of On the Topic Of, and today we are going to be talking about the results of the Game Awards. Now, if you aren't familiar with what the Game Awards are, it's a show that is put on every year by Jeff Keighley and a host of very talented people who take the time to kind of recognize video games as art, what has been successful, what has been the most impressive graphically, the best narrative, things along those lines, and also take some time to recognize the people within the industry, giving an Industry Icon Award, giving things out to best performance. It's just a generally great celebratory moment for video games overall. As great as all of those other titles are, everyone is concerned about Game of the Year. You know, that is the big headlining thing whenever there is any kind of award show. It's the best of the best, the cream of the crop that has risen to the top. It is just the game that you have to play if you are going to play one in 2017, and so the nominations were interesting to say the least. So right off the bat, you have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, then you had Super Mario Odyssey. These are two massive titles. They are Nintendo titles. They are Switch console sellers, if you will, and so it's a no-brainer that both of these are on the list. Then you have Persona 5. Then you have Horizon Zero Dawn, and to kind of top off all of the nominations, you have PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So the controversy really entered the conversation whenever people started asking if PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds counts as a full game, because it hasn't technically even been released yet. The 1.0 version of the game is coming up very quickly on PC, and it will launch in 2018 on the Xbox One, but until then, it's still in early access on Steam, and it's going to be in Games Preview Program on Xbox, and so technically the game hasn't even been released. On top of that, you've got a game like Fortnite that goes head-to-head with PUBG. It's another Battle Royale game, and it has been incredibly popular over the course of 2017, and it was nominated for the best multiplayer. But even with a physical edition of the game available for purchase on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, it's still in early access. So the real question has been, where do we draw the line when it comes to when a game has been released? Is it when the public can play it, or is it when it's finished? That's the question. Now, ultimately, for those wondering, the Game of the Year is, drumroll please, you gotta do the little, you gotta get going. It's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that, to me, is the best choice out of every game on this list, just because of the way that it reworked The Legend of Zelda as a whole, and it took those fundamental mechanics that made Zelda what it was back in the day, and brought those forward to a new generation and made a completely and totally engulfing open-world experience, and it is by far the best game that I have played on the Switch, and I feel like it'll probably maintain that title for quite a while in my personal gaming life. However, what's more impressive about this award is the fact that PUBG didn't win, because this game has just been a non-stop powerhouse of success throughout the entirety of 2017 since it was released just before the summer. It is just insane how huge this game has gotten. It's one of the most streamed games on Twitch and any platform that has any kind of streaming capability. So many people are talking about this game. It's #1 on Steam, and it's got the test server for the game in the top 10 on Steam. That is just mind-boggling to me. So ultimately, the point that I'm driving home here is that it doesn't matter how many copies you sell, it doesn't matter how popular the game is, the Game of the Year is going to go to a game that has been the most innovative, that is the most complete, that is the most fulfilling experience out of the entire year, and to a lot of people, including the panel of judges, it was in fact The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It goes without saying that this conversation is going to be had for the foreseeable future, because more and more early access games are coming out of higher quality. These are fine games. PUBG is a great game that I put over 100 hours into. I love the game, but I still don't think it counts as a complete release, and that's the real debatable point there that is going to be discussed. But again, The Legend of Zelda is, according to the Game Awards panel of judges, the Game of the Year. What do you think about that? Leave it in the comments section down below, and if you happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, and I live stream on twitch.tv/TheSamuelAdams if you want to come over there and hang out while I play some games, talk to you fine people, and generally have an awesome community of support. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.